Assassinating the First Hokage. The hardest mission on today's list comes from the First Ninja World War, which was long before the story began. The First Hokage, Senju Hashirama, is considered the god of Shinobi, and this title is recognized by the whole world because his power is unquestionable. Few people truly understand the full extent of his strength. Hashirama founded Konoha to unite the clans and end the Ninja World War. Moreover, Hashirama is regarded as one of the few people capable of capturing and controlling nearly all of the tailed beasts. He gathered the tailed beasts from all over the world to protect them and distributed them among the villages to maintain a balance of power. It's similar to how countries around the world continue to race for armaments as a way to ensure peace. However, conflicts are bound to happen. In the turbulent world of ninjas, Senju Hashirama still attracted hatred and envy from others. At that time, the village hidden in the waterfall wanted to assassinate Hashirama because the elders there were weak and jealous. Either they wanted to target Konoha's stability, or they wanted to disrupt the balance he had created. Therefore, they assigned the mission to assassinate him to Kakuzu, one of the village's genius ninjas. However, they did not understand the true power of the First Hokage, nor did they realize that even Uchiha Madara was willing to bow before him. They had underestimated the man who could capture the tailed beasts on his own, a feat that later, even an organization full of S-rank ninjas like Akatsuki would take years to accomplish. Kakuzu rushed to the Hidden Leaf village to carry out the mission without having any accurate information at all. That's why, later on, Kakuzu didn't trust anyone. Although Kishimoto never revealed any details about the battle, one can imagine how difficult it must have been for Kakuzu to escape and return to his village after such an uneven fight. Well, surviving was already a stroke of luck. However, the higher-ups of the village, hidden in the waterfall, believed that Kakuzu had only fled after throwing a shuriken from a distance of 800 miles. Generally, the elders rarely knew much about fighting, and they sentenced Kakuzu to death. In reality, this was because the people in the village were afraid the mission would be exposed, that Konoha would find out that they had sent Kakuzu to assassinate the First Hokage. This brought disaster to his village, so they made Kakuzu take responsibility for it. From that point, Kakuzu developed a deep hatred for the village. When he escaped from prison, he had no choice but to flee. Kakuzu not only stole the village's forbidden techniques, but also killed all the high-ranking officials and took their hearts. In this way, he gained his freedom and became a bounty hunter, willing to tear apart the still-beating hearts of elite shinobi to extend his lifespan and grow his own arsenal of power. Eventually, Pain highly valued this ability and recruited him into the Akatsuki team, giving him the role of the Minister of Finance for the organization. Later, when fighting Kakashi, Kakuzu accidentally revealed that he had once fought against the First Hokage. Obviously, even though Kakuzu failed in his assassination of the First Hokage, it still became a notable encounter that helped elevate his reputation. Now, my friends, if you're enjoying the content we're creating and want to dive deeper into the amazing world of anime with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your support means everything to us, and it truly motivates me to bring you even more exciting videos, reviews, and discussions. I'm incredibly grateful for each and every one of you who has joined our community. Together, we can explore new series, share our favorite moments, and celebrate our passion for anime. Thank you for your support. The next S-rank mission. Destroying Kannabi Bridge. The battle at the Kannabi Bridge was one of the critical turning points of the Third Great Ninja War, marking the most intense stage of the conflict between Konoha and Iwagakure, the Hidden Stone Village. The bridge was a strategically vital location, serving as the primary supply route for Iwa's ninja. Destroying it would completely cut off their reinforcements and force them to surrender. The team assigned to this mission included Namikaze Minato, a genius known as the Yellow Flash of Konoha, who would later become the Fourth Hokage. He was famous for the Flying Thunder God technique, which allowed him to teleport instantly to any location marked with his seal. Hatake Kakashi, a young prodigy who had been promoted to Jonin at the age of 13, the son of Hatake Sakumo, also known as the White Fang of Konoha. However, at this point, Kakashi was still quite rigid and bound by the ninja rules. Nohara Rin, a promising medical ninja but lacking in combat experience. She was someone who always tried to mediate between Kakashi and Obito. Uchiha Obito, a member of the Uchiha clan, but one who awakened his Sharingan later than most. He had a passionate personality, sometimes impulsive, but always put his teammates first. The situation at the time was extremely difficult, as Konoha's forces were stretched thin across multiple fronts. Minato had no choice but to split the team. He took on a separate mission while leaving Kakashi in charge of the team to destroy the Kannabi bridge. It was a risky decision, but there was no other option. The mission started smoothly until the team was ambushed by Iwa's ninja. During the clash, Rin was taken hostage. Kakashi and Obito found themselves in a difficult position. Kakashi wanted to stick to the ninja code and continue the mission, while Obito was determined to save their teammate. It was in this moment that Obito said his famous line, which would later become Kakashi's ninja way. "Those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than scum." The rescue of Rin led to tragic consequences. Kakashi lost one of his eyes. Obito awakened his Sharingan in a life-or-death situation. When they finally saved Rin, the cave collapsed, and Obito sacrificed himself to push Kakashi out of the falling rock, leading to the crushing of half of his body. Before dying, Obito gave Kakashi his remaining Sharingan eye as a gift to celebrate Kakashi's promotion to Jonin. However, fate had a unique way of turning things around. Uchiha Madara, who was thought to have died long ago, secretly saved Obito and treated him. The physical and emotional trauma from this event, combined with the subsequent death of Rin, transformed Obito from a passionate ninja into an extremist, seeking to create a false world where no one would have to suffer. I call this the past of a terrorist. Infiltrating the Hidden Rain Village. The Hidden Rain Village, though small, has always been one of the villages with the greatest strength. In fact, it could be said that the Hidden Rain is where the biggest schemes took root, becoming the source of future disasters in the world. This small village has been isolated from the outside world since the time of Hanzo's rule. After Pain took control, the isolation became even stricter, with a barrier system created by Pain himself. No one from the 5 great Shinobi countries could enter, making infiltrating the Hidden Rain an S-rank mission. Unless the Hidden Rain allowed outsiders in, there was no chance of entering. For example, Konoha once used the excuse of the Chunin exams to send Kakashi in with an invitation while also investigating the situation. At the time, Kakashi had intended to stay under the radar, but no matter where he tried to hide, he was eventually discovered by the village's ninja, so he had no choice but to retreat. This is also why Jiraiya snuck into the Hidden Rain village alone to investigate the Akatsuki organization. In general, Jiraiya was extremely skilled in intelligence gathering, and as a Kage-level ninja, he had the ability to carry out this mission. However, as soon as he entered the Hidden Rain, he was discovered. This was because it rains constantly in the village, and the rain is controlled by Pain, allowing him to sense the presence of others. The result of this mission was Jiraiya's death. Assassinating the third Hokage. The third Hokage was assassinated twice before his death, and the second time was when Orochimaru teamed up with the Hidden Sand Village to attack Konoha, leading to his death. However, in reality, the third Hokage had another opponent within the village who also wanted to kill him, Danzo. Danzo had always wanted to become Hokage. After Minato's death, the village began rebuilding, and the position of Hokage couldn't be left vacant. At that time, Jiraiya was traveling around. Tsunade had left the village due to her gambling debts, and Kakashi's generation was still too young. The village was facing a generational gap and a power vacuum. At a meeting, Danzo tried to nominate himself for the Hokage position, but Hiruzen decided to continue bearing the responsibility until the next Hokage was mature enough. Hiruzen believed that no one could replace Minato at that time. Danzo was frustrated because years ago he had lost to Hiruzen in the second Hokage succession test, and now, after waiting so long for Hiruzen to step back, the old man was still sitting in the Hokage seat. From then on, Danzo viewed Hiruzen as his enemy. Later, Danzo plotted to assassinate the third Hokage. But when the plan was exposed, Danzo faced charges of attempting to kill the Hokage. Hiruzen, known for his kindness, decided not to pursue the matter, hoping that Danzo would strive to do his best for the village in the future. Danzo clearly always wanted to do everything for the village, but his methods were wrong and too extreme. And it was this very approach that led to his hatred and eventual death later on. Eliminating the Uchiha clan. As we know, the Uchiha clan is a powerful clan, the strongest in Konoha. Hiyashi once said that the Hyuga clan is the strongest in Konoha, but that was after the Uchiha clan fell. Not to mention other things, they also possessed the legendary Sharingan. For someone to be able to destroy the entire Uchiha clan in just one night, that would truly be an incredibly difficult task. A normal ninja would be terrified if given such a high-level S-rank mission, and no matter how many other missions they had been through, they would never be able to accomplish it. Even if Konoha truly wanted to wipe out this entire clan, they would have to mobilize a large number of ninjas, and success would not be guaranteed. It could even lead Konoha into a long period of civil war. Therefore, the difficulty of this mission is entirely different from regular S-rank missions. The reason why Uchiha Itachi and Obito were able to succeed from the beginning is because, besides the fact that the Uchiha clan prepared too late, there was another very important factor: Uchiha Fugaku. Fugaku was the clan leader of the Uchiha, and like the other members of the clan, he never suspected Itachi, his own son. When Itachi suddenly started slaughtering all the Uchiha clan members, no one in the clan could have imagined this. He didn't have the will to fight back. Even with a heart of steel, he didn't want to fight his own son. He silently waited for Itachi to make his move, and in the end, he just respected his son's decision. And don't forget, beside Itachi that night, Obito was also involved in the massacre. Obito's special abilities made it impossible for the Uchiha clan members to anticipate what was happening. They were completely unprepared. If this mission had been given to another ninja in the village, or even to another member of Akatsuki, they certainly wouldn't have achieved the same results as Itachi and Obito did. Capturing the 8 Tails and 9 Tails. In the main storyline, most people are terrified when it comes to the tailed beasts, and they avoid them as if they were the plague. However, there are still some who greatly admire their power and are curious about what the tailed beasts can do. In fact, many individuals even want to use the power of the tailed beasts as weapons of war and actively attack them. The Akatsuki organization is one such group of people. However, for ordinary ninjas, they would never dare to do something as dangerous as that. But this group was specifically created to capture the tailed beasts. In reality, capturing the tailed beasts wasn't a very time-consuming task for them. While the Akatsuki pairs could easily capture the tailed beasts, it was different when it came to the 2 strongest tailed beasts, the 8 Tails and the 9 Tails. When capturing the jinchuriki of the 8 Tails, Obito sent Kisame and later 4 members of Sasuke's group to carry out the mission. However, all 4 of them ended up in a fierce battle. First, Sasuke was beaten to the brink of death, and he only survived thanks to his teammates. They had no knowledge of the 8 Tails and its jinchuriki, while Sasuke was overconfident at the time. In the end, they left with only a piece of the 8 Tails tail. From this perspective, Killer Bee was not easy to defeat like the other tailed beasts. Even the 3rd Raikage at that time, could only reluctantly subdue the Eight Tails. He didn't like fighting for the sake of it, but at that level, he could have easily knocked out Sasuke's group. As for the Nine Tails, the strongest of the tailed beasts, the leader of the Akatsuki personally took on the task. At that time, Pain launched a direct attack on Konoha. Pain had to do this because most of the Akatsuki members were either gone or too weak to carry out their missions. However, the result of this attack was that all 6 bodies of Pain were gradually destroyed, and even Nagato was exhausted. As a result, the tailed beasts couldn't be captured, and Nagato was even persuaded by Naruto to adopt a philosophy of peace. Yeah, Talk no Jutsu really is Naruto's strongest technique. In the end, Obito was forced to directly start the Fourth Great Ninja War, just to force the jinchuriki of the Eight Tails and Nine Tails to reveal themselves. Even so, he failed. Obito couldn't capture the Eight Tails or Nine Tails. It was only when Madara appeared that this goal was finally achieved. Protecting the jinchuriki and tailed beasts. Do you remember Naruto receiving an S-rank mission to conduct a zoological survey on Turtle Island? He had to count and record the animals, their genders, ages, and other details. Well, that was just a cover. The real S-rank mission was to hide Naruto and Killer Bee on the island, and that survey was simply a way to keep Naruto busy. Turtle Island was a natural fortress, a massive ancient creature, an enormous turtle, big enough to support an entire complex ecosystem on its back. Its rough terrain and isolated location made it the perfect hideout to conceal and protect the 2 jinchuriki from Akatsuki's grasp. Killer Bee, the host of the Eight Tails Gyuki, and Naruto Uzumaki, the jinchuriki of the Nine Tails Kurama, were the final targets in Akatsuki's plan. The organization had already captured 7 of the tailed beasts, and they only needed these last 2 to complete the revival of the 10 Tails, a creature so powerful that it could shake the entire ninja world. If Akatsuki succeeded with their Tsuki no Mi plan, they would trap all of humanity in an eternal illusion. Their time on Turtle Island wasn't just about hiding. It was also a rare opportunity for Naruto to learn from Killer Bee, a jinchuriki who had completely mastered the power of his tailed beast. Killer Bee became an invaluable mentor to Naruto, guiding him not only in strengthening his abilities, but also in understanding the true nature of being a jinchuriki and the bond with the beast inside him. To ensure the safety of the 2 jinchuriki, an elite team was assembled. Yamato, who possessed the unique wood release ability inherited from the First Hokage. Motoi, a veteran ninja from the Hidden Cloud Village, and Killer Bee's close friend with deep knowledge of Turtle Island and its secrets. And Aoba Yamashiro, a skilled investigator with advanced defensive techniques. The results of their time on the island far exceeded the Shinobi Alliance's original expectations. Not only did it keep the jinchuriki safe, but it also allowed Naruto to make groundbreaking progress in controlling the Nine Tails' power, an ability that would later become a decisive factor in the war. But in the end, the mission still failed successfully when both jinchuriki broke through the barrier and joined the fight anyway. Sealing Kaguya. It has to be said that sealing Kaguya Otsutsuki and the Ten Tails is one of the most difficult S-rank missions in the entire story. To accomplish this mission, the person performing it must first possess the power of the 6 paths. Second, they must be a reincarnation of Indra and Asura. Years ago, Hagoromo and Hamura Otsutsuki used this technique to seal the 10 Tails on the moon. In short, to perform this sealing technique, one must have the main character aura. This is such a difficult mission that even the strongest ninja couldn't complete it alone. Only Hagoromo and Hamura could seal Kaguya back in the day. At that time, only Naruto and Sasuke were capable of completing the seal. Furthermore, Naruto and Sasuke fought Kaguya many times and almost failed. Kaguya spun them around like tops. Without the help of Obito, Kakashi, and Sakura, the mission would not have been completed. Therefore, even though Naruto and Sasuke carry the main character aura, they often had to rely on the help of their teammates to succeed. Can you imagine how difficult such a mission must be to complete? Alright, that's all for this episode. If you want me to make a video about any other topic or a specific character, just leave a comment below.